Right then, this is going to be the big one. This is, as I said already, a very clean car. It's here for my detailing and then extended front end PPF or track, an extended track installation of paint protection film. Spoiler alert, next week I am going for PPF training myself. I have held back for long enough, but I have committed. I'm away for 3 days down south, training for PPF to undertake this sort of level of job. myself. So by the time this comes out, that would be completed by now. Okay, so from what I understand and from what I'm told and hear, there is a massive grey area with regards to polishing, paint correction before paint protection film. The GT3RS is not a full coverage of the car, so there are exposed areas, the rear quarter, the rear bumper, roof rails, the doors aren't having film, so they obviously will receive the correction anyway. But a lot of the time, the installation of PPF is extremely forgiving to the defects perhaps that's underneath. My speciality, I am known for paint correction and polishing and detailing. It's something I'm going to do, it's something I've been requested to do from the owner. However, bonnet, bumpers, wings, mirrors, side skirts, there perhaps isn't as much need to get the same perfection on them areas as there are the exposed areas, but the whole week's going to be a learning curve. For me, I have somebody due in on Thursday, so I've got a lot to do between now and then before the film goes down. For now, intricate areas, plastics, window rubbers, etc. taped up, but first let's just take a quick look around the car. There are areas where somebody has been here before and areas to be mindful of. There remains of sanding marks here on the offside quarter. I'm pretty sure, I should know this, but I'm pretty sure these models are sanded at factory and then buffed and polished. So a lot of this, the polish residue here for example, that runs across the spoiler, and then on this side it's actually been caught. The owner knows about that already. So when this has been polished, bang, as opposed to polishing with that up, so it's clear and free of that happening. Just above the light cluster on the very leading edge of the panel, a few stray sander marks there on the edge too. The owner has no knowledge of previous detailing work, so although during the wash we could see the panels were extremely hydrophobic, that could have been the owner's wax that they've installed themselves as opposed to a ceramic. I'm hopeful that the colour is on my side. It's not too much of a headache to work with. It's obviously a non-metallic, it's a flat, solid orange, lava orange. It has 5,000 miles, so limited use. What's that? Okay. Inside the roof rails, up high here, there is a lot of clumped up polish on the rubbers. Near side skirt, again similar to the offside, heels, legs, shoes. This area is going to have full body PPF, which goes across, replaces the standard factory section here. The decals need to come off, and then the new piece is a much larger section up over the top of the air duct there. Something odd going on the front end around the splitter and the plastics. There are stainy areas where it looks like polish residue, but when we pull in close with the light, that lot, need to take a proper look at that without the camera. Adhesive or same again on the offside corner. That almost looks like a high spot of a coating on this side. That's better. It's going to be tricky to get in there though, and although that's having PPF, yeah, I want to clean that up for sure. So yeah, not a great deal going on in terms of damage in the bodywork. I just hope this soft sticky paint isn't soft sticky paint and it responds well enough. I'm going straight in on a test combination with the Lake Country Orange HDO light cutting pad as opposed to blue. Both the 5" and the 3". I'm going to get some areas taped up and I'll report back shortly. Oh, the battery light is flashing. 1 second. Bonjour, welcome to Wednesday morning. And the cutting on the Carrera GT3 is now complete. This whole PPF application that's happening starting tomorrow has sort of thrown my usual process. This is all new to me, but it is something that I do need to get down. I need to learn, because going forward, as I say, next week I am away for 3 days training to do the installs myself. The cutting is complete. I have left a fair amount of micro-marring in the paint because it's pretty soft, pretty sticky. And all I'm gonna do now is rough refine the to be PPF'd areas. That's the front end, the mirrors, the roof, and the side skirts. I'm gonna do a rough refinement outside, rinse it down, blow it dry, any touch-up areas. The reason I don't wanna do the refining, I think this makes sense, I don't want to do the whole car refinement now. The wing, when that's installed, there will be a lot of movement across the adjacent panel, i.e. the door, which if the door I have immaculate and refined, and then the squeegee in the installation of the film, that's going to leave marring in itself, potentially light scratches. So at the minute, not the end of the world, it hasn't been refined anyway. So I'm going to wait for the PPF to go down and then refine the rest of the car. I'm sure this is all a bit backwards and some may think Jimmy doing it all wrong, but at this time I know no better. As I say, a lot of people, I don't think, there's lots of contradicting opinions on do you polish, don't you polish, is it worth polishing, does it make things more difficult in the installation process? Possibly yes, because the surface, I'm falling over, the surface becomes more tacky and grabbier, so it's more difficult to work with the film. But that itself, does that mean the film is down better? It's got more adhesion, sorry. So, yeah, the next 6 months will be interesting to say the least. I'd say correction levels are 80, 90%. The micro-marring and the haze that I've left behind, you can clearly see, is quite an issue. So on the wing here, I'm going to rough refine that just so it's knocked back somewhat. PPF goes down, happy days, and then I can refine the rest of the car and obviously think about installing the GT3RS decals down on bottom. I did do some test refining up here on the top of the wheel arch, so that looks pretty sharp compared to there. You can see the difference, slightly hazy around my light compared to the sharp outline with no hazing. So promising. It's just going to take a fair bit more work. And of course, the wheels still haven't been off. Yes, they are the center locks. I do have the wrench through next door. It's a 2-man job. Someone needs to stamp on the brake as the spindle is undone. But when my PPF guy arrives in the morning, I will have the wheels off. I will take them outside, leave him to it with the early parts of the install on the film, and I can tackle the wheels, the calipers, the suspension, the arch. Don't think we've seen inside the car yet. How cool is this? This is very much a poster car. Big old roll cage. Good luck cleaning the glass back there. 6-point harness. Is that 6-point or 4-point? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5-point harness, is that how it works? 4.5. I don't know. All I do know is it is going to look very nice. It was very nice beforehand, to be honest. It was a clean car with very minor damage in the paint. But it will leave here looking better, more enhanced, and more protected. bit of stretch required. All this wiping of the surrounding areas is the exact reason I've not refined the entire car so far. So, successful day so far. The majority of the extended install, is down. We still have A-pillars, mirrors, front bumper to go. Naturally, I've not been filming everything. This is all a learning curve and a learning exercise for me. PPF man has chosen to stay off camera because he's a bit shy, so which is more of me, I'm afraid. She's about crikey, well that was different. So the last couple of days for me, half a day today pretty much and a full day yesterday, have been a bit of a mishmash. I haven't had much time with hands on the camera because I have been busy, and B, I've been learning, watching, shadowing, practicing. And we have a 991.1 track pack extended front PPF installation pretty much complete, which means the adjacent panels in the back end of the car, the areas that hadn't been refined, have now been refined, and there may be one or two edges I need to keep an eye on to monitor, to heat seal with a heat source to sort of keep the edges down, all that sort of stuff that I'm soon to be learning next week, how it all goes down properly. So going forward now, the rest of the episode will be the normal procedure. What I have left, I've got to spend some time in the wheel arches getting the suspension, the calipers and arches cleansed. The wheels need coating, the bodywork needs priming, coating, the glass needs doing, an interior fettle once over, exhausts, trim, the black diffusers and splitters and side skirts, door shuts, toothpickery on the areas that have now just been refined. I've already done toothpickery at the front end and the areas around the PPF panels. So yeah, good fun, good result. What else is good? It's Friday, but I'll be in tomorrow and I'll be finishing on Sunday, all being well. Right. So there we are, that is one Lava Orange. Always goes off at this time. One Lava Orange 991.1 GT3RS complete. 2-stage paint correction detail. Medesta BC04 ceramic paint protection, BC06 for the rims and calipers, and then the extended PPF track pack coverage, the installation of paint protection film on the front bumper, the bonnet, the wings, the wing mirrors, the entire roof, the A-pillars, side skirts up to the rear fender, and then a small bumper strip there at the back end. Having seen paint protection film firsthand this week and its place, where it sort of fits in and very much plays a part in this industry, I am of course 4 years behind getting on the bandwagon for this, so I'm nervous but I'm excited. So let's see what the next few months ahead may have in store. One thing the installer here who was applying the film, one thing they did compliment is on how the environment is probably one of their best installations they've done, on the basis that it's clean. It has to be a clean room, there's little contaminant, and when you're installing PPF, one of the biggest things you're up against is contamination within the air. So that was confidence inspiring, but I will report back in the coming weeks. Find WhiteDetails over on Instagram for daily behind the scenes and updates. Like the video if you've enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already. Take care and bye for now.